Hello everyone, I'm Ziqi. Today I'm going to present our paper Out of Sight, Out of Mind, Evaluating State Evolution in Video World Models. Today's video world models are becoming increasingly powerful, and people call them world models because they kind of simulate the world. However, we know that the world is able to evolve dynamics regardless of whether we are looking. However, these models might have issues. If you look at this example, the water is pouring into the cup, but when the camera turns away and then slowly back, the water in the cup disappears. So we designed a benchmark to exactly probe this phenomena, whether video models can truly simulate the world when we disturb the observation using camera look away or occlusion. Concretely, the question is, can video world models under occlusion, camera look away, or illumination dimming still evolve dynamics of two categories? One is naturally occurring, the other is action triggered. Here is the concrete design of our benchmark. We have an initial frame with text instruction as well as instruction for occlusion or camera control. And we have multiple VLM-based verifiers that not only answer the model is wrong, but also diagnose exactly where the model is wrong and help come up with insights to, in the future, fix the problem. Stable Bench has diverse coverage. It spans different types of dynamics seen in the real world, including things like kinematics, relational change, or even expected human and animal behavior. Compared to existing benchmarks that target a single area, such as physics, consistency, or instruction following, Stable Bench needs to address all of these to give a good diagnosis of the failure modes of the models. So here are the findings from Stable Bench. The first finding is that both video models and camera-controlled video models struggle to decouple state evolution from observation. If you look at the success column, that is the success rate of the model correctly evolving state despite a camera look away or occlusion. It is less than 10% for the best video model and 0% for all camera-controlled models. And this is kind of a strict criteria. It can be decomposed into whether the progress happens at all, which is the progress column, and when it happens, is it physically plausible, which is the physics column. And here we see the key bottleneck is that the progress does not evolve at all. So let's dive deeper. Our second finding is that when observation control is introduced into an evolving process, video models often stall the evolution or exhibit incoherence. So for video models, specifically, under full observability, they're actually really powerful. So in both of these examples, for example, air mattress with an open valve or pouring water onto sponge, under full observability, the physics is completely correct. However, when we exhibit things like turning the light off or using a cardboard to occlude the sponge, we see that either the evolution stops, like for example, mattress does not deflate, or there's inconsistency like the sponge turning around suddenly. The third finding is that for camera-controlled video models, they tend to assume the scene is static and fail to continue the dynamic process, such as the ball does not dropping and suspending in midair, or the wave does not advancing. And some recent models implement memory modules. However, these modules kind of compress past frames and reinforce this bias that scenes need to be static. The fourth finding is that in the rare cases when the camera-controlled models does evolve the state, usually at that point the camera control becomes difficult. So here are some examples. For example, Genie and Lingbot, when they're able to exhibit the dynamics, despite our control to turn the camera right, the model just ignores the camera control. After presenting the findings, we'd also like to offer some analysis. What could be the cause? First, from the data perspective, some of the 3D consistency-focused datasets surprise dynamics. For example, this is explicitly specified in DL3D-Wi's collection criteria to avoid dynamic scenes. This could also apply to 3D synthetic data. Secondly, gaming video data don't contain enough natural physical evolutions, making it a shortcoming of models trained on it. In terms of architecture, certain designs like memory module could also encourage a bias towards static scene. We believe the solution requires both data and architecture work. Please stay tuned for our future work. Thank you.